Hello everyone and welcome to another royal reading. It's a gloriously sunny Monday afternoon here in South Africa, but my neighbour has decided to do some light angle grinding while I'm trying to record this reading, so I do apologise if there are horrible moans and groans in the background, and more than the usual moans and groans that go on in the background when I'm trying to record these readings. But here we are. We have the Lunar Soul Tarot on the tarot table today. I thought we'd do a little bit of a woke reading. Well, it's not a woke reading, but this is the tarot deck that leapt at me as I was looking at them all today. Looking at them all because we have those very unpleasant trailers being released for the Harkles docu-series reality show. Let's call it what it really is. It's a reality show that is appearing on the 18th and the 15th. The second trailer was released today, and it's the horror of being a woman marrying into the royal family. Footage of Diana and Catherine, but not much of Meghan, because of course Meghan was not hounded by the press and driven almost mad with paparazzi wherever she went. So that's in itself rather pitiful, in my opinion. Let's remind you, tarot reading for entertainment purposes or just my opinion. And disclaimer in the box below, we know that. But what is interesting about the things that have been released so far is that we've seen heavily pregnant Meghan in this one. Heavily pregnant Meghan in that rather odd-shaped bump that she sported through her pregnancies. And we have had Lady C coming out and calling it as a fake pregnancy. Basically, I am putting words in her mouth. But Sarah Vine was the one who explicitly said that there was Meghan clutching her moon bump. Sarah Vine, writing for the Daily Mail. So I'm going to do a Celtic cross today for entertainment purposes only about the media and that alleged moon bump, what they might know, what they might be up to, and what is going to happen. Celtic cross with the Lunar Soul Tarot, and we're going to be talking about it from the media's perspective for once. A little bit of a different take, see what's going on, what they know, what they're up to, what their focus is, why they have been silent in the past. They have obviously decided to be a little bit bolder now. And how's that going to go? Is there going to be litigation, warning letters? What's going to be happening? Attitude to Harry and Meghan, what they might be worried about, what pressure they might be under, that kind of thing. It was very interesting. A lot of people noted it, a lot of people ringed it and said, ooh, on social media, look what she said, look where she went. And so perhaps this is something that we need to be watching, something we need to be following closely. Lunar Soul Tarot, Celtic cross coming up. Neighbour is a little bit silent now. And small mercies, getting ready for Christmas. They have family coming from overseas. We've all got people coming from far and wide. So I don't mind, but I do mind when I'm trying to do this. And anyway, silence for now. Silent night. And Celtic cross. And I've made a bit of a blups of trying to fit the cards in as ever, but I will slide them around and hope that we can catch as much as we can. And here is the underlying energy. Ooh, justice. Justice, I like to see that. I like to see it. We're reading from the media's point of view. Justice. Justice is karma. Justice is getting what you deserve. Justice is legal proceedings also. Let's remember that. Try and fix this a bit. We're doing some painting. We're also doing some running repairs in our house. And so I'm perched precariously here on a tiny little spot. And everything is out of its normal place while we paint. So, but painting is quiet. Justice, of course, karma, just desserts, but legal proceedings as well. There might be reasons why the media have been silent up until now, but now feel able to speak. We're going to have a look at it. Media's point of view. Tell us, what is the heart of this reading? What is the situation? What is going on? What is going on? And we get the 9 of Wands in reverse. Also an interesting card because the 9 of Wands upright Someone who has got their guard up, who has ring-fenced themselves, basically put protective barriers around themselves, waiting for another attack. This is the media's point of view, please remember. And now those barriers have gone. They've dropped their guard. They are no longer expecting some kind of attack. They are open. They are saying, all right, we're going to drop our defenses and see what happens. Basically, almost capitulate. It's almost that kind of energy. But it might be a strategic move of dropping one's guard, dropping one's caution, letting go of that caution and opening oneself up to attack as a stratagem. I find that card extremely interesting, particularly when we have legal proceedings, laws, the courts and things like that, bang, bang, bang in the background. When we have those kinds of energies underpinning all of this, that perhaps a sacrificial lamb might be being prepared for purposes that have much more to do with than Sarah Vine and whoever else might be stepping into the fray and saying, I will be the sacrifice here. This is the energy that's coming off that. So challenges, what's the obstacle, what's crossing, what's the problem for the media? The Five of Swords is all this conflict, all this litigation, all this war, the war front, the war footing that the Harkles have been on. I finally found the right word. The war footing that the Harkles have been on all this time. They've been very aggressive. They've been very hostile, very combative. And you can see all those swords, all those corpses, all those bodies. The media have lost some rounds with the Harkles. And this is the problem. Justice underpinning it again, this reading. Legal proceedings. Harkles are very litigious. I don't need to say allegedly. We know how litigious they are. And it's ongoing. And the media has suffered some losses in all of this, and don't look forward to more, even though they seem to be opening themselves up to further attacks. Interesting. So what is in the hidden energy? What do they know? What do the reporters know that they are sitting on, if anything, about this moon bump? What do they know? My God, out literally comes the Empress, the pregnancy card, the mother card. Look what color the mother is. And there she sits. There she sits in her own point of view, in her garden. Pregnant. But is she? They know. They literally know the truth about the situation with Meghan's pregnancies. They know. And they know what was going on, possibly when she was appearing in public, as she has appeared in this trailer that was released today. Heavily pregnant Meghan, heavily pregnant, we could say. And they know. They know. So what's their focus? What's their goal? What's going on right now? The strategy. We got the Ten of Cups. They are playing the game still. They're playing the game of, oh, look at the Harkles, and aren't they cute and sweet, and the perfect little family, and the vulnerable little family, just trying to be happy, trying to go to California and live their lives in privacy. And look, they are playing the game. It's not an attack energy. As I said, this Nine of Wands in reverse is the opposite of an attack. It's being vulnerable. It's being exposed, opening themselves up to attack. So they are playing the game still with this narrative that the Harkles are spinning about themselves and how they are the perfect couple and the perfect family. Here it's a blended family, it's an unusual family, it's a modern family, shall we say. But the press is going along with it. But they also know there's something about that, something about modern families and how children are conceived and born. And not all families are capable because of the nature of the families. The couples, if they are same-sex couples, it doesn't happen like it normally happens. So it's that kind of energy in this card as well that's there. about the media being aware that things might not have been as straightforward as Meghan and Harry would like us to believe in how they came to be a family of 4. So, past. Why silence in the past? Why no comment about this Empress in the past? Queen of Wands. Because Meghan, she's a rather unfortunate looking Queen of Wands in this card. In my opinion, she and I, dare I say it, she reminds one a bit of the woman involved, shall I just say the woman involved in the fracas that has been going on with poor lady Susan Hussey recently. But there she is. She's sitting in the pound seat. She's in the driver's seat. She's the dominant energy. She was riding high. She was popular. She was powerful in the past, Meghan. She had her influence. She had her Oprahs and her Amal Clooney's and her whoever else, Gayle Kings and Hillary Clintons and Michelle Obamas and all of those people. She was powerful. Very, very powerful, and it would have been hard to challenge her in the past, hard to go against her in the past and expose her, whatever they know about her, and of course whatever we all speculate might be the true situation with her pregnancies. Near future, how's it going to change? What's going to be going on? Will there be litigation? Will Sarah Vine or anyone else who dares to use that word be sent a warning letter? Will the Harkles respond? Will they react? What is going to happen? Will the media come out with more information? We got the 4 of Wands. That's a celebrate card. This is Harkle energy, the 4 of Wands. It's them. They're going to be dancing around saying, look at us, and we're the perfect family. The 10 of Cups. Now we're going to get the 4 of Wands, celebrating our marriage, our accomplishment, what a strong family unit we are. The media's not going to rock that boat. There's no litigation here. There's no response. There's no anger, aggression, anything like that. There is the Harkles very focused on depicting themselves as this little family unit, and that is where their effort and energy is going. There's not going to be bouncing back at the media anyone who dares to question their narrative. So let's have a look. How does the media feel about Harry and Meghan, and in particular Meghan, right now? What are their attitude to them? The Magician. They see them as puppet masters. They see them as tricksters. They see them as people who are cooking up a narrative. They are disingenuous, I would be inclined to say, with that Magician card. That's my opinion. That's the word that's coming to mind when I look at that card. That is the card of creating, spinning a story. That's what the Magician does. Media, spinning a story in the media. And the media knows this. The media knows that they're playing games. They are not necessarily being entirely truthful with what they are saying. Media absolutely knows it. That Harry and Meghan are quite resourceful. They have all these assets at their disposal to get their message out, the message that they want to send out. Because the Magician is the one who works the magic, who influences, who creates very dramatically and very powerfully. So they see that, and they see them as powerful. They see them as being connected, as being very influential, and not take on directly. Don't take on directly, but perhaps open up and see what happens. And so what pressure is the media under with all of this? What pressure is under? They're under the 3 of Cups in reverse. And the 3 of Cups is the friend card, the party card, the play card. The friend, it's literally the happy card. And it's not threats, it's not menace, it's not those kinds of things. It's more of falling out energy. Harry and Meghan used to be their mates. Harry was the one that met the media, the Royal Rota reporters in pubs and chatted and laughed about. He was their friend. And they still have some feelings of that. They still have some lingering feelings of kindness, empathy, still some fondness towards him. It's in reverse now, but they have memories of it. They don't really want to go there. And this is the problem with Harry. Of course, Charles and William don't want to go there. They don't want to destroy him. They don't want to expose the Empress and destroy Harry. This is not friends towards Meghan. This is friendship, a long-standing friendship with Harry. They really enjoyed him. They liked him. And it's still there. All these hard-boiled, reporters that are supposed to be so cold-blooded and ruthless and merciless. But there was genuine affection there, and fondness and regard and fun. It was fun. It's not anymore, but they're still holding that in their hearts. And I find that interesting. So their hopes and fears, media people who might know these secrets and might be tempted to explore them, expose them. We get the hanged one, the hanged man, not allowed to say man, in this Lunar Soul Tarot, hanged one, but in reverse. They are hoping that they are let off the hook. The hanged man, as I call it, traditional tarot, when it is upright, stuck in limbo, can't act, powerless, waiting, the waiting game. They want to be released. They want to be released from whatever it is that is preventing them from speaking the truth, from telling the truth about this situation. They're waiting for it. They're hoping that the signal comes to them. Okay, you can go for it. You can say what you know. And somebody, as I say, it's like a dog rolling and exposing its belly and saying, attack me. I'm vulnerable. I'm prepared to be vulnerable. They're prepared to go there. But that's a very small step. Very, very small step. I've got all this blocking energy. I've got the Magician. I've got the friendship card. I've got them being aware of this narrative that the Harkles are trying to portray and being somewhat supportive of it. I've got herself sitting in the past, very powerful, very charismatic, somebody they didn't want to rock the boat with because of her colour. And what's going to be the outcome? Are they going to go there? Is it going to be exposed, revealed? What's going to happen? Media perspective. What is going to happen? The Lovers in reverse. Telling me, I think that they're going to wait for the divorce, which is coming. Lovers in reverse. It's this big card, the breakup card, the divorce. It's choices as well, so they've got difficult choices to make. The media as a secondary energy to that card. Decisions. What shall we do? Very difficult decision that they've got to make. But it tells me that the decision is going to be made when the couple actually separates. At the moment, they're pretending. They're playing along with this 10 of Cups narrative and this 4 of Wands narrative. It's a pretense. It's a complete facade. The reality of the situation, as I'm sure the media knows, and as my cards tell me, and as I am speculating, the reality as I speculate is that the marriage is in terrible, terrible shape right now, but they are nursing it along because they have to. The media seems to be in on the ruse and is prepared to wait, let this thing play out, and then come in with the dagger for the fatal blow when the lovers part company and are weakened and vulnerable, and then the media is free to say what they know and say, we didn't want to be cruel, we didn't want to be accused of being racist, we wanted to support them. This is the story I'm getting here from the media's point of view. They're sitting on this because they want to be able to turn around and say, we supported you as a couple. We knew this, but we sat on it, we waited for it. We were supporting your Queen of Wands, and we didn't want to harm this lovely story, this beautiful relationship, this biracial couple. We didn't want to upset them, and we didn't want to expose them because we were supportive of this whole woke thing that was going on, hence Lunar Soul Tarot. And that is the story, but it's not going to end well. It's not going to end well for the lovers. Media is fine, and media has justice on their side. That is your reading. Thank you for watching and enduring the angle grinding, and I will see you again on the next reading.